from animals to contours. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Jean-Jacques, can you tell me about Sidoken? It's a spiritual path, a creative force, maybe, after all, you know.
Well, Sidoken is one of many, many martial arts, but for me it's been a real balance and given me some kind of harmony in my life.
Yeah.
You know, it's too easy to go down the rock and roll way and lose your way, you know.
Of course.
And it's given me a balance, and it's given me, I think, a bit of humility, because it's too easy to be separated. You know, when you are successful for a long time, I think it's too easy to forget where you come from.
Yeah, of course, of course.
And the physical pain and the and the mental, the attempt to remain
in balance,
humble,
yeah.
if you want, for lack of another word, is always a continual test. It's like an alcoholic, you know.
Yeah.
Every day you're never cured. Every day is a new test, you know.
Yeah.
And I think Sidoken, well, and other martial arts, you know, all martial arts, I suspect. If you don't lose sight of the original reason, then I think it's a great discipline for everyone, you know.
Yeah. Jean-Jacques, let's talk a little about the punk rock scene back in the 70s. What was Britain like in 1977?
Well, it was, in 77, it got very competitive and very, how can I put it? You know, when there's a new orthodoxy,
yeah,
it destroys all the previous orthodoxies. And it becomes as corrupt as the previous, you know. To quote a Who song, the new boss is just like the old boss. And in 76, all the bands were more friendly. And I remember Joe Strummer crying on my shoulder, saying he wished he had a band like the Stranglers.
Come on.
Because he was in a band called the 101ers.
Yeah. Pub rock sound, yeah.
They were just a pub rock rhythm and blues band. And he was crying on my shoulder when we played with Patti Smith.
Yeah.
Wanting to have a band like us. And you know, a lot of these bands were coming to see us, and they were friends, and they were, well, we were kind of friendly. You know, we were drinking the same pub before. But after everyone had record contracts, and people were laying down this new orthodoxy, saying, you know, the Stranglers have got a synthesizer and keyboards, so you know, and they're a bit older, and they admit to smoking grass and stuff, and we don't. It was all bullshit, of course, you know. And I didn't want to have anything to do with these people. And then, of course, we were more successful than the Clash and the Sex Pistols, so all kinds of other bullshit occurred, you know.
Jean-Jacques, can you tell me some details maybe about a fantastic track, classic song, No More Heroes? Any memories?
Well, yeah, I remember writing it, writing the music for it anyway. We were trying to release 2 albums in 1 year, and we nearly had all the material for the second album.
Yeah.
Most of the second album material was left over from Rattus, which was our first album. So we just needed a couple of more tunes, a couple more songs, and I just played about with the riff, found the riff and the beginning, and Hugh wrote the lyrics, which were really appropriate for the period that we were living in. It was kind of, we were all we all felt part of something, you know, a revolution, if you want.
Yeah.
And that we were going to create, we were going to be our own heroes and everything. So, you know, it was, and then he used some literary allusions in the song, and I remember we recorded it very quickly.
And what about your personal relationship with Hugh Cornwell nowadays?
Non-existent now, unfortunately. I think because we've been very, very successful since. Well, we were so successful when he left, and then in the last 8 years it's been much more successful, and I don't think he wants to talk to me anymore, which is a shame.
Okay. Jean-Jacques, are you still in love with Triumph motorcycles?
Yes, I must be, because last night it was -3 degrees in London, and I was riding my Triumph last night.
Oh, yeah.
And I could not feel my fingers.
I have an Aprilia Picasso myself.
Oh, which one?
Yeah, Picasso.
Is that the V1000?
Yeah, I like to touring in summer, you know.
Fantastic. The Aprilias, I was at the Isle of Man for the 100th anniversary of the Isle of Man TT races.
Oh, come on.
3 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And the only Italian bikes racing there were the Aprilias. There were no Ducatis. Only Aprilias, and they were really amazing sound. Amazing sound. I don't know why Ducati wasn't on the Isle of Man, but Aprilia was brilliant.
Jean-Jacques, how do you think that the spirit of the punk era influenced what you do now? You know.
Well, I suspect a little bit stays with me all the time. Try to be before the spirit was corrupted. I like to think that everyone has a chance to make music. Everyone has a duty to speak about the world they live in, and also, you know, DIY, you know, do it yourself.
Do it yourself, of course.
And also be aware, socially, politically, and sensually aware, you know?
Yeah.
And always to be open to new things. Never be closed to new ideas. So if you become closed, then you become the old guard.
Yeah, that's a spirit.
Protecting the old orthodoxy.
Jean-Jacques, you did some great Peel sessions too with the Stranglers. Any memories from John Peel?
No, I was taking too many drugs. I think I was smoking too much grass those days. I cannot remember. Sorry.
Okay, Jean-Jacques.
Signal me.
It's okay. Thank you very much for your time, for this interview, okay?
It's a pleasure.